guys. Hey, we want to welcome you this evening. My name is Norman. This is Full Contact Podcast. On my left here are these gentlemen, esteemed gentlemen, the guests for the evening. And we're really, really excited to have you guys here. So let's just dive right into it. This is my boy Ryan right here. Ryan and I used to work at CarMax together. So
shout out CarMax.
Shout out to CarMax. And then my boy Mike and I used to write at Wednesday Night Outlaws in LA. Shout out to my outlaw family. And then this is my one of my best friends, Joey, right here. He's all right. Oh my God. So, all right, guys, this podcast is basically, we're not here to prove anybody right and we're not here to prove anybody wrong. We just want to share our stories as dads, as husbands, as men. Just to kind of like shed light on how we think and, the stuff that we go through as, husbands and fathers and whatnot. Just kind of to share to everybody that, they're not alone in the things they go through, they feel, they think. We're just kind of here to be, the bridge to that gap. So the reason you guys are all here actually is because of our common grounds, and that's we're all dads here. So I think you guys are some of the greater dads that I've ever met. I've already told you guys that I think you guys are awesome, and I think your families are awesome. So if you guys want to give a little background to your family.
Yeah, sure. So,
sure. Why not?
I'll go ahead and hop right in. Norm? I guess I'll dive right in. So,
certainly.
Yeah. So I have two children. I have a little 11-year-old daughter. Her name is Eiley.
Lovely. She's lovely, guys.
She is a freaking star.
And she's the star.
I have and I also have a son. Who is half Vietnamese. His name is Niall. And he's a little psycho, but he's awesome.
It's a little psycho.
He's a little psycho.
Very descriptive.
He's a little psycho, but I love him to death. My kids are wonderful. My daughter's brilliant. She's honor roll, GATE, principal's honor roll actually, and my son, he's bilingual and
that's awesome.
Great. Yeah, he's not even 5, and this guy's speaking. He already has 2 languages under his belt.
That's dope.
Yeah, his grandmother doesn't speak any English at all. So
I know, and you barely got the grasp of English, so that's rude.
Man, straight slang, right? So, but she's amazing. She helps a lot with my son, and other than that,
that's dope.
My kids are wonderful.
Awesome, Mike.
I have 3 girls: Bailey, Eiley, and Lily. They're awesome.
Nice. Well put. Well put together. Short and sweet.
Man, a few words.
Name Mike. 3 girls. Great people.
We probably shouldn't have taken that break.
Very proud. I'm very proud.
We were doing pretty damn good.
I mean, Mike's a fucking caveman.
All right. So before I go on, let's take a drink. And welcome for the first episode.
Hey,
cheers.
First episode. Cheers. Cheers, boys. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Mike, cheers.
Mike, drink wet.
Mike, drink
good.
alcohol.
Stomach burn.
I did it.
Mike, truck.
Oh, man.
Mike, sweat. Mike, hot.
I did not know what happened.
And then I'm Joe. I have a 5-year-old little girl, Zoe. Shout out to Zoe.
Shout out Zoe.
And she goes to school with Gwen Norm's little girl, Casey, who's also my goddaughter. They go to school together. And it's been awesome. They're awesome. She's a ball of energy, keeps me on my toes, and I feel like I have a teenager at 5. I don't know about you guys, but
your daughter is brilliant too. That's
she's so
you're
strong-willed, bro. She's so strong-willed.
Treat.
Like, I already have a headstrong wife, so I have a headstrong daughter. I'm gonna lose, man. I'm losing.
You're toast.
It's 2v1, man. It's 2v1. Shout out to the
Show off.
Stupid.
Hell no. That's cool, bro. You got gold, man. Just like Norman.
Yeah.
And that's I told you that before, dude. That's one of the words that Mike told me before, a long time ago. That always rings in my head, which is I have gold, right? Like he's met the family, before Casey, but the wife and Matt and Kate but yeah, man, Mike was very kind to share those words with me, and I've always taken them to heart. Speaking of daughters, we all have firstborns that are daughters, huh?
That's correct.
Oh yeah,
That is correct.
And you two,
both our daughters' names
Eiley, right?
Eiley, we just discovered that today.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
They're gonna kiss after the show.
He's like,
just
"I've
become
never
best
met
friends?
Eiley." You too.
Before this, guys, they were doing karate. So
And building a bunk bed.
that will soon be destroyed and kill one or the other.
Oh shit.
No, that's the craziest thing because I've never in my life met anyone with the
That
same
was
name as
killed
my
with a bunk
daughter. Well, that part. I almost died on a bunk bed. True story. True story. That's
for another episode.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it another time. But no, that's the first time I ever met somebody with the same name as my daughter. And he told me his daughter's name is Eiley, and I was like, wow, like that's so crazy. They're spelled differently, but same name.
Same name.
They're gonna kiss after the episode.
Absolutely.
Little, we already kissed.
All right. We've already become best friends.
It's solidified.
He's a
Way
comedian.
He's
He's a comedian.
funny, man. He's a comedian. So while we're passing this bottle around, let me ask you guys, since we all have daughters, lovely daughters at that,
Yes.
what was your reaction when you heard you were having a daughter?
Bro, that was like the blessing ever. Like I felt like my sinuses has been like
Relieved.
relieved. Like
I mean, yes, it is a
You could
blessing.
breathe.
I think that's the comparison.
no,
So
you
you
know,
were congested before?
I felt a huge sense of freedom coming my way. Until and it was just like I said before, my hero is in that woman's stomach. You know what I
And just for context, how old were you when you had your?
I was about 28.
28.
Yeah.
Chills.
And I think it's a little wild how you said that. Like,
Your
Bro.
hero.
not just
Yeah.
the hero, but how he explained that what he felt.
Well, because
He felt freedom. He felt like a weight lifted off his shoulder
Yeah.
because he was having a kid.
Like he had purpose.
Wait,
Like he had
how old were
purpose?
you, Mike?
yeah,
Yeah.
like 28. Yeah.
Dude, at 28, you are probably in the 0.5 percentile of people who even remotely felt anywhere near that.
Oh, it was crazy, man. Because like we were in a crazy environment. We had a whole weird situation that it's like I felt like this was my way out. I've always told myself this is my way out, and everyone's like, oh, no.
You mean Eiley?
Yeah. Just having a child, period. You know what I mean? Like, it was just my way out. This is what's going to change my life for better, my life's going to be positive from here on out. Like, and the
Like
crazy
it was
part,
your epiphany to like.
yeah.
wake-
because like,
wake up and-
I'd be dead or be in jail right now. You know what I mean? Like, so, then I'll be serving some life sentence somewhere. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
Damn, man, how wild were you back
should
then?
you be here then?
Wild.
You're wild?
I'm
yeah,
kind of
we were
glad.
wild.
Damn, man.
I put some money in your books. We just became best friends.
Like
Yeah.
like I'm a different
Yeah.
person now. That
Yeah.
old man's gone. You know what I mean? Like
He's gone. Like
we
he's
were
done.
Wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
too much to talk about on YouTube for sure.
It's another episode. That's another episode.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Right.
But no, I really, really appreciate how you describe that. I don't think I've ever heard anybody describe their that news to be heard and then
Yeah.
to describe it in that way.
I wouldn't change it any other way. I wouldn't word it any different. Like I know that's.
It sounds like
She's
you were
gonna-
ready, man. That's what it sounds like. You were ready. You were ready. You were ready for that. To
I was ready.
happen.
Like my heart and my mind was ready, but but
Ready
like,
for the wait. So let me clarify. Were you ready for the kid or were you ready for the change?
ready for the change.
You're ready to be a dad.
And she just happens to be
Yeah, I was done with my scene, man.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, way done. And
that's
then
good.
I couldn't get away from it. You know what I mean? I couldn't go anywhere else. And, and I was just
But it's
stuck there.
really interesting though that was your out versus people. I mean, and myself included. Like I still wanted that. Whatever the scene that I was in back then. Like I wanted it still. I mean. Not like not instantly like when Caitlin was born. I don't want to make it seem like there were any regrets, but it's really hard to live a certain lifestyle, have something as drastic as having a kid happen, and then all of a sudden you're just able to walk away from that. That was difficult. I think that'd be difficult for anybody,
I agree.
right?
I didn't have a job. I didn't have money. Nothing. I had
Yeah.
zero.
See, I'm in the same boat as this man right here.
And then everything just started
Wow.
every year,
See,
the older
yeah.
she got, it just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And I'm like,
Like the scene?
yeah,
The-
no,
the-
just the way, just the way my
blessings.
life has
No,
turned.
no.
I think he
because,
means
like,
like his blessings.
And and it
got
felt
it.
great because like I was like in a rocky situation with my mom and my sisters. Nobody trusted me, because they knew what I was.
Because you were a hothead.
Yeah, because I was up to all kinds of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like
Neck deep in bullshit.
Yeah, neck deep, bro. I was drowning, bro. Like and so they they taught me tough love. And everybody ignored me. Like nobody wanted to help me. Nothing. So finally, my mom found out that I told my mom that I'm having a baby, and she's like, "You fucking stupid."
She didn't believe in you?
Damn.
Or like-
No, she was just like, "What the hell?" Like, 'cause
I
she
mean,
was
if
tripping.
your son was neck deep in bullshit, he's
Yeah.
having a kid. Like,
Literally, like I had,
Yeah.
nothing going on for me.
To
You know what
mom,
I
that's
mean?
like that's another baby she got to take care of. That's probably what she's
no,
thinking.
that's true. That's
shit.
absolutely
No,
true.
it
I
wa-
bet
no.
you that's
Yeah.
exactly what she was thinking.
It was. I mean, she helped. Like she helped, but like she also kept her distance. You know what I mean?
Because you needed to learn.
I needed to learn. And
That's great.
I appreciate her for that. At that time, I'm like, this fucked up. You know what I mean? Because like she's over there at my sister's house, freaking hanging out with their babies. You can't watch mine for an hour, like, so I can go get some air. You know what I mean? Like,
Can I just be
so-
me for a second?
But then again, like now that I got myself out of some, all that, and
You grew up, man. That's
I grew
what
up.
happened.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
what happened.
dude.
You grew up.
You know what I mean? I grew up, dude, and like, man, I can't change it for anything else, dude. Like, so I see my friends like calling me, like, hey man, we're gonna go hang out, we're gonna go do this, we're going to Vegas. Da, 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 da. I'm like,
You can't.
you I'm
gotta
not.
take care
I
of
don't.
your-
I don't. I never say I can't. I'm just like, nah. Because I'd rather do this because this has to be done. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
And you know what? Honestly, that was the hardest part for me. Like when I found out, of course, I was having a kid. I mean, I don't want to sound like that guy, but I was hella sad. I would never tell. I was pissed off. Like
It just sounded so bad.
I was so sad.
One
like,
tear comes down.
I was so sad. Like I was about 26, 27 years old.
You're a kid too.
Right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? My daughter's mom was. She was nervous as hell. I mean, I would never tell her that I was sad. I mean,
Dude, 26. That's a kid having a kid.
yeah. Well, kind of. I mean, I was old enough to have a child, but I was at the point where my finances were, they're in order. I had my own shit. I was having a great time.
At 26, that's good.
No, I was
Having all that shit at 26?
I hopped into sales in 2003, so it's like in sales you make
Yeah.
your own money. You
Yep.
want to do something, you sell a lot
Yep.
of shit, and you can
make it happen.
And I did,
But you work on weekends. So
Right.
fuck.
exactly. So that's fucked up. So,
I was in the sales attic.
I was in
but no, I was hella sad. I didn't tell her that. To her, I was the most excited person in the world, but on the inside, I was deteriorating.
Well, you knew how it was about to change, bro. Well, you had an idea because there's no knowing.
Oh no, bro! I knew. I was like, "Fuck!" So now I gotta.
No, I'm saying you
I gotta
knew
be an
what
adult.
what to really. I mean, you knew exactly 100% what you were going to expect.
I did. Only you gotta understand.
Well,
So
goddamn.
I knew that I wouldn't be able to do the things that I did before.
Oh, okay.
I
But I
just-
thought you meant like the expectation of what what was about to come for fatherhood.
Well, I kind of had an idea because in my family we take care of children. None of my cousins there's no fatherless kids in my family. So
That's
it's
great.
like
Oh, that's
none.
great. That's great.
Yeah, all the
So you were
dads
just
in my
like-
family are great dads.
So you knew he was like,
So I was
damn.
like,
He had
fuck,
an inkling
I gotta-
of
That's
what it
really
was.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn,
To be
now
there.
I gotta
to be
do
there.
I gotta be there for your ass.
No,
Fuck.
man.
So, so I was like in my head, I'm like, fuck, dude, do you really? I'm not gonna lie, and I think a lot of parents experience this. Some
Yeah.
don't, but I was like, fuck, are you sure you want to have this kid? I'm thinking that in my head, but I'm like, it is what it is. She want to have this kid, like I'm gonna support her. I'm so glad she did. I'm glad we didn't go the opposite route because
me
I
too.
wouldn't have my baby. My baby is
Dude, me too,
amazing.
because your daughter is
She is
a
brilliant.
sweetheart.
She
She's
is
so
brilliant,
sweet.
and she is. I was. You know how it is. Like I started off sad. Then you know what I mean. I got used to the idea of being a dad. I told her be a stay-at-home mom, and we did that whole thing for some years. So that way, we wanted my daughter to be extremely advanced when it came to math and reading and
Yeah.
all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And she was extremely smart.
You invested that time and that education, and
that's contributed to her mother. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the plan that we had for her, like, we both invested in that, but it was mostly her mom. Like, because her mom.
But you guys had a plan.
We had a plan.
You had a plan.
You still with her mom?
No.
Oh.
Don't discourage. Don't deter yourself. Like, you guys had a plan. You guys made a conscious decision to 100% invest her time to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, give yourself a little grace. For that.
No, of course. I mean, her mom, like, with the smarts, and she worked with her a whole bunch. So we made the decision for her to be a stay-at-home mom, and of course I took care of everything and financially.
Yeah,
and I worked long hours, stressed myself out, and
I know sales.
Yeah, sales.
Sales.
But I didn't have a degree, and it was the only way that I could make a lot of money and make sure that I allowed her to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of the house. So that's what we did. And then after that, things didn't work out, whatever the case may be. And then
that happens.
Some years down the line, then I decided that I wanted to have a son, but not really. Same emotions. Probably like, fuck, did I do this shit again?
Oh man.
So then my little Niall came out, and this guy's amazing as well. But
kids are great, man.
Yeah,
kids force you to grow up.
Yeah,
and all those things that you didn't like to work on yourself and work on your kids amplify that.
Yeah, for sure. I'll never have any more.
I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning patience with my kid because I was a hothead back then. I'm still a hothead,
bro. Same, right?
But like, I gotta turn that down, especially with my kid, because my kid, when she gets frustrated, she's like, and I'm like, I know how you feel. Just chill. It'll be all right. Let's get through this. Get through the notions and motions.
You don't have any sons, right?
I have no sons. I have a daughter. Zoe's 5. I had Zoe when I was 30.
Oh, right on.
And I'm a little bit different. Like, I didn't have her young. I've been with my wife since I've been with my lady since I was 23. That's when we started dating. I'm now 36, and we got married in 2016. I can't do the math, but I think I was 30.
I was like, I'm lost on the math right now.
I already lost on the math. But
I know. The only reason I know how old your kid is because we had kids.
We have the same time. Yeah, we have kids at the same time, so it's easy. Mine's like a month older than yours. I don't even. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. But when I found out I was having a kid, I was excited. I already knew because my wife, she was like sleeping throughout the day, through her shift, and I'm like. She's going to the bathroom.
She goes to work. She's like, yeah.
Armpits get dark.
And she told me she's having kids. Like, I was excited. I was ready to be a dad. I was 30, and I had practice from my niece and nephew. So I was changing diapers. I kind of got the idea of it. And as far as the father figure, like, my dad wasn't around. I met my dad when I was 12. I had my stepdad come in when I was 7. I was like, "Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my mom's? Like, what are you doing on the couch?"
Yeah, who are you, guy?
So like,
in the refrigerator drinking all the
as
Kool-Aid.
far as
I could see Uncle Al too. Just
as far as a father figure, I didn't have a lot of interactions with a father figure until like my dad came in, my stepdad.
So how do you think that played into? Did that?
I didn't learn like how it affected me until I got older already.
No, I'm saying like as far as like the role that you think that played into how you are with Zoe now, or your reaction to having a daughter.
So when I had a daughter, I was shocked because like all these things that girls have to go through, I had to learn. Because like for instance, girls have to be extra cautious than what guys have to, like 10 times more.
Facts.
I'll give you an example. We can go and jog any time of the day whenever we want to.
Yep.
If a girl does that shit at night, she's got to carry a fucking taser.
Fucking handgun.
A handgun.
She's running like it's fucking
She's got to watch what she's dressing like because it could make mixed signals to a dude.
Correct.
She has to watch how she talks to a dude in case she triggers someone. You can't like it's a different ball game when it comes to girls. And eventually I'm going to have this talk with my daughter.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of stuff that I had to learn. Once I found out I had a daughter, I was just like, man. Like,
I am dreading that talk. Like, I don't want to have that talk. I'm like,
have that talk.
Talk to your mama.
We all have girls. Like, you can't be like, you can't just run up on a dude just because you're angry. Like, you have to watch what you say, how you say it,
Absolutely
how you
can.
dress. Like,
And then come get daddy so daddy can put hands on you.
I was gonna
Thank
say
you.
I absolutely can run up on a motherfucker.
Right.
we can.
I'm kidding. I'm
Hey,
kidding.
hey, shout out to girl dads.
You know, like-
Shout out to girl dads. Let's take
I'll
a, let's
drink
take a
to
shot.
that.
I'll drink to
That
that.
shit.
And like being a girl dad, it's rewarding, man. Like, honestly, it's like what your wife said about your daughter, your mid daughter. I love you. Sorry. I love you. I have a good relationship.
no breaks.
Like,
He needs a refill.
when it comes to your daughter, she was like, Ate says that when you get mad at her, that's you. That's your rival. And absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I get frustrated with Zoe, that's me reincarnated, and my wife goes, "That's you."
In a smart ass
And I'm just like,
5-year-old.
"Fuck, you fucking smart ass." Like,
You know, when I was younger, dad told me, right, he said, the hardest thing for women is that no matter what situation, at what age in their life, women always get the sharper end of the stick. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And you know, to that token, with you're telling about, the girls just kind of have like, you just have to raise a different child, almost, right? I mean, granted, they're all different, but
you have
definitely
to put
different for raising a girl. And the crazy thing is, from the first time I heard about Caitlin, like, I mean, just some backstory. I was never supposed to have Caitlin, right? Like, I asked Nicole to marry me, and she said no. After like a year and a half, she was like, nope. Right? And
Smart lady.
not so smart. Because I got that ass. Gotcha, bitch. So but you know what she said? She said no because she didn't think that she was gonna be able to give me a family. Right? So a little backstory again.
She's so sweet.
I know she is. I love you, hon.
Wow.
And she
The missus.
the missus. So complications when she was younger, and she wasn't supposed to have a kid. They told her this when she was like, I want to say 12 or 14 or something like that.
So young, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, she had surgery and all that. So yeah.
12,
Can you
14?
imagine hearing that?
What the fuck, dude?
So
He thought it was permanent parking all the time.
Okay, she's not handicapped. She's not getting a placard at 14. Here.
He's like,
so I get to park anywhere, right? Park now.
No. My wife can't have kids. Here's a placard.
So she said no because she thought I wasn't gonna be able to have this family that I wanted. And coming from a family with 4,000 children, 7, 6, whatever,
One from Hawaii.
and we I mean, in my head I was just like, I didn't know what to say at first, but at the same time I just I loved her. I love my wife. I absolutely adore my wife, and I just told her, we kind of just have to. I would like to let the cards fall where they may. I just wanted her. I just wanted to be with her.
yeah.
So whether we were going to be blessed with children,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to leave that up to me or her. That was going to be in somebody else's hands, and I don't mean like somebody with a fucking giant needle or anything. I meant God. All right, just so we're all clear here.
So
But-
would you say that Caitlin was your miracle?
Caitlin is all three of them.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Right.
Good answer. Good
All
answer.
three
I've
of
ever
them.
heard.
Oh my
Good
goodness,
answer,
dude.
man. Good answer.
Yeah, I know, because the other two would have totally killed me. Fucking poisoning my fucking coffee in the morning and shit.
Oh, man.
Hey, Dad, how's your coffee?
Farting on your pillow.
Oh, the dishes? We'll
Fart
get
on your pillow,
We'll get
bare
to
ass.
that.
Right.
We'll get to the dishes, Dad. Don't worry about it.
Go take a shit. Wipe their ass with the pillowcase and putting it back on like nothing ever happened.
Oh no, my kids aren't that. They're not that. So yeah, I mean, when she told me, right, she was like, "Oh, I'm pregnant." At first, she was scared because she thought, like, I mean, it's not like we were. When you get the news of like, "Hey, I can't have kids," it's free parking, right?
He was just
Right. There you go.
He's
You
like,
like,
oh, I'm in it.
you can shoot up the club. Smearing off bottles everywhere.
He was like refers to it like
Shoot up
that.
club.
He said, "Say hello to my little friend."
You shot that club up, boy.
Medium friend.
Blasted.
So
Small but deadly.
I know how to use it though.
Right.
No. So it's a matter of like, her thinking that, hey, this dude might not stick around because I don't know, maybe she felt like she was that I would think that she was lying, right? Like I got trapped. I trapped him.
Right.
I got you. Got you, bitch. Got you, bitch. So but I was so thrilled because growing up with 7 kids, I mean, I was around kids all the time. All the time.
So you would say you have experience with children?
Yes, I think more than most. Right. Definitely more than most.
Yeah.
All the children.
Right?
Doesn't it help with the transition?
Oh, for sure.
Hey,
Well, I wouldn't say with the transition. Maybe the actual
Like-
fatherly stuff, the diapers, the bottles, all
Yeah.
those like simple rules. But as far as the mindset and everything, hell no.
Hey, can I ask
Yeah.
you a question?
Sure.
Considering that you grew up with a bunch of kids, you have the children. This is for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys ever have a moment where it's like, man, fuck them kids? Or is it just me?
All the time.
When she
All
doesn't
the
get her
fucking
way,
time.
Don't leave me hanging.
when she
Oh,
doesn't get
man.
her way, and she's like, and then the wife gives her the way. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll
Shout out to wives who give it the way.
It's a true story. This shit actually happened. He was up
Out
there.
of nowhere, you just see him.
Bro, he's up there with like these long ass chopsticks, like stir frying some shit. I'm like, what are you, bro? He sees his mom cooking. She cooks with chopsticks. It's the most bizarre shit ever. But I'm like, get off the fucking
It's
stove.
not. I mean,
my-
for other people who use chopsticks, it's not. It's
to
just,
cook with them,
I cook with chopsticks.
I do
bro.
too.
My son is this.
Cook bacon with
Look
chopsticks.
at my son. My son is
Bacon, I
this
cook
big.
eggs with chopsticks.
Bro, my son is this big. The chopsticks are about this long, and he knows how to hold him and shit. Like, and he be like stir frying.
What is it like the guy from Scary Movie 2? Like, take my strong hand.
It's in his blood, bro. It's in his blood.
Bro,
Look. First, let me.
He be Asian.
You're worried about chopsticks. I'm worried about Niall being 5, making his own fucking noodles.
Bro, I
He's
promise
standing
you,
on a stove.
my son is brilliant, bro. He's
Bro.
Oh no, I believe it.
Like
Couple noodles, 2 minutes.
Look
That's
at Asian squatting and everything, bro. He eats everything with chopsticks.
it's just a squat for us.
Oh,
Wow.
yo.
Chinese food,
But
it's just food.
But I'm getting it back. I'm gonna get
To
it back all
us.
these years. Like, when he was younger, I was changing his diaper, and he's the most I'm gonna tell y'all this, and it's a secret. This is the first time you guys are hearing this. My son, true story, hand to God. I was changing my son, and I'm smiling, talking to his mom, changing his butt and shit. This little nigga pissed in my mouth. He pissed dead in my mouth and on my nose, bro. I wanted to beat him.
Oh my god.
He pissed on my face. That was the most disrespectful thing any man has ever done.
He's like, he did that, bro. Fuck
Bro,
you, dad.
His little winky pointed dead at me, bro. I looked up, as soon as I turned my face around, he looked at me and just shot it. And it got in my lip.
and then he
everything.
smiled after.
You gotta shoot your shot.
Bro, I promise you, this is the most disrespectful thing, but it was the cutest thing in the world. I washed him up.
Ryan was like, his arms were so cute.
Hey, have you guys ever
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them, that was a fuck them kids moment. I love them to death.
have you guys ever taken your daughter out, just you and your daughter,
Yeah.
to like out in public, and she needed to use the bathroom, and like
Yeah.
you're like kind of like in the middle of potty training, right?
Bro,
You know?
the worst.
So, and then there's no family rooms,
Take her to the men.
right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll take her to the men's, and men's is like
Dirty.
restrooms,
Yeah.
right?
Dirty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let her sit on the damn
No,
toilet.
you hover.
hold her.
I
You
hover
hold- you
over.
carry her.
You know,
over.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
like
I hold Nicole like that.
and then I would try like, but she started getting too heavy, right? She started getting too heavy to like
All right.
to hold her one arm and then go grab a toilet paper, right? Or like reach for your
Do you have to
your
go still?
wipes. So what I do is like I hold her, I shake,
Hey,
shake her,
how about this?
and then put her down, then wipe her, and then put her clothes back.
I did the same
She's like,
shit.
she's like, yeah, right.
Hey, let me ask you this. Have you ever did that while you're holding her and then she pooped in the toilet and it comes right back up and hits you in the nose?
Oh no!
Oh, me neither. Me neither. That
I was
never happened
asking for a
either.
friend.
No.
Me neither.
No, absolutely not. Never.
Those are jokes.
No, but to answer your question, I gotta give props to my wife because we bought a portable fucking toilet.
In the trunk?
For Joey.
For no, About a portable, foldable toilet. So whenever she needs to go, like we bought it for when we're on the road, and then we just fold it out and she just used the bathroom.
Is that the one with the little plastic bag in the bottom
Yes.
of it? Oh yeah, we got one of those.
We
too.
had one of
We got
those, and
too.
I was like, "This is the greatest thing. I wish I had this as a kid."
You guys
I
are
wish
such good people.
I bought
My
the
wife,
adult
she just prepares for everything. She's like one of those, like, "Oh, what happens if this happens?"
No, your
Oh, I
wife is
got
on
you.
Amazon 24/7.
Yes,
That's
that too. She like Amazon. Please sponsor us. Shout out to Amazon.
Shout out to Amazon. That might be our first sponsor. Let me ask you guys, what did you feel were going to be, or what entails, like, for fatherhood, right? Like, what did you think your new responsibilities, or what responsibilities did you think you had now that you have this kid?
I had to be the bread maker.
for sure.
Like a baker?
Yes, I had to make bread
Pan de
for
sal.
everyone. Pandesal, banh mi,
Shout out to Pandesal.
pandesal, banh mi. I had to be the breadwinner. I had to be the provider, but also I had to put in the work as far as being a dad, because showing up is half the battle, but showing the kid like how to react to like these big emotions, because I'm still learning. Because I would find myself repeating history where, like, I come from a Filipino background, strict ass parents. Like, why are you feeling like this? Why do you explaining to them why you're mad and what they did is such a big fucking thing. Like growing up, like I didn't get an explanation. You just get like the fuck.
I still get that.
Wait,
And like
facts.
that.
Never heard a
And
bigger fact in my life.
for me, the biggest thing was learning was empathy.
Oh yeah.
Like I did not know what empathy was until I want to say like maybe like 6 years ago.
That's why we need women.
No, not like even then I didn't know what empathy was, like just listening and just letting them feel the way they feel.
That's what I'm
Same
saying.
thing with
That's-
kids.
That's why we need women for our kids.
Oh, yeah.
because I still struggle with that to this
But
day.
I could, because I didn't grow up in that environment where you knew what you did wrong and to express how you feel. Learning empathy is such a learning process for me, even to this day. Like I don't like when someone feels some type of way. I thought the best thing was to compare that situation. No, you just listen and you just be there for that person.
And, you know, I think that's a man thing though, because
Maybe.
I grew up with both my parents. My mom,
Yeah.
my dad was my mom's first boyfriend. My mom knows another man. So I grew up in both my parents in the household, and to this day, I still like have trouble with expressing
Expressing how you
emotion
feel, right?
100%. But I think culturally, just men, especially in Western culture, we just
Just being hard ass.
you just
Like,
have to be.
yeah.
I mean, you can't express emotion.
I don't think it's even an Eastern Western
sensitive-
culture type deal. I think it's just
Maybe a
men.
worldwide
Yeah.
thing, but
Oh,
being,
yeah, I think.
Men
like,
flat
like
out.
Kendrick said, being sensitive never helped.
Mike,
Well, to me, it's just to be able to deal with empathy was to learn how to be patient.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, it's just like, I get it. Like, we're humans. You know, we go to work. We have our good days and bad days. Sometimes these kids or our ladies will just catch us in a bad day and we react different instead of just sitting back and actually trying to feel what they're feeling.
And
you know?
process.
Yeah,
like,
and process.
Putting
And-
yourself into their shoes.
Yeah, and
like-
just to be able to see, like, you know, figure out how to react to it instead of like panicking like they're panicking, you know what I mean? Because they'll make it worse, you know what I mean? So somebody has to be the calm one to be able to actually, you know, balance it out, you know? But there's times where I'll just react like, and then we're fighting and it'll be in
Yeah.
circles,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then we'll realize it, holy shit, we're just both having a bad day, you know what I mean? Like, my bad.
And you're okay to have those bad days.
Yeah.
I think you have to have
Yeah.
those bad days, but as long as you have a healthy relationship
Oh, yeah.
where you're like, hey, this isn't you, it's just shit fucked up in the office or etc.
I mean, I understand completely, right? Like, especially just kind of giving someone that space to have those feelings.
Yeah.
But as far as, you know, kind of, I guess, putting that within your scope of emotions, right, towards this new person that you just had, like, what did you feel that, you know, was going to have to change besides, like, you know, having that empathy? What else do you feel like you know, like, now that Eileen's here, your hero's here, what did you think was going to...
I had to learn a new life, man. You know, I had to prepare myself. And then, like, mentally, you know, it's like, okay, I know this is what I need to do. But and I started thinking ahead, like to get there, it's gonna take freaking forever. Like holy shit! And I was always impatient. You know what I mean?
But you put in the work.
I have to.
You have to put in
I
the work.
didn't have a choice, like, or else I'm leaving a man behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm leaving my daughter behind. I can't. Like I have to always have my hands on her. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so for me to be able to hold her all the time, I gotta straighten out. I gotta figure something out. I gotta just keep working, no matter what, no matter how much I'm making. As long as something is coming in, keep going. You know. And I just couldn't stop, man. Like because I feel bad. Like. That's how I look at my dogs now too. Before I didn't care about the dogs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like my old dogs before. You know?
What kind of dogs?
Like pit bull dogs or like your homeboys?
Like little dogs?
Oh,
what kind of big dog? What kind of dogs?
I got
because dogs like the breed matters.
I got two. I got two Labradoodles and I got a Bernie Doodle.
So you got smart ass dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, but before I used to have like Chihuahua pit bulls. I had pit bulls.
Yeah, Chihuahuas are
like, you know what I mean? It was just more like it was like a new toy, like a kid. You know, it was like a new toy. If we could show them off for a bit, and then next thing you know, he's in your backyard all the time. Just you know.
I got a question for y'all. So, when you guys knew you were having girls, do you guys want them to know who you were before you had the kid?
Absolutely.
Do you want them to know that you were an asshole? Do you want them to know you were a hothead? Do you want them to know, like, for example?
I'm gonna be extremely honest with my daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, at this age, she
that's
doesn't
great.
need to
No,
know-
that's great. Yeah.
She doesn't need to know anything. But when she gets older, I'm gonna let her know. Like, and I think
Daddy, Papa was a Rolling Stone, right? Like,
Papa was a Rolling Stone. Papa, you know, and I'm gonna let her know the game. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I tell her because I'm preparing myself for the heartbreaks, for the crying, for the shit that she goes through, the same thing that I put women through. Like I'm preparing myself for that because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what any of us say to our daughters. Let the right dude with the right words, with the right eyes, with the right car, with the right, you know. Hopefully those kind of things don't turn her on, but at the same time, like they're girls. You know, girls they emote differently than men, so. Some dude gonna come along and get in their ear and say the right things. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to fuck them up. But it's like I hope I don't have to take it there. But it's like at the end of the day, she gonna go through those things, and we're all gonna have to deal with it. But I'm gonna tell her like
I got some years behind you, but like I know what you mean. Like,
yeah, little by little,
absolutely,
I've been letting Eiley know stuff. You know what I mean? Like
he lying.
She just recently found out that I've been in jail. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to figure out when.
That's something you also can't just come out with, right? Like I think that's definitely something that's definitely like an ease in story.
Yeah,
you can't just drop that on a kid.
But
by the way,
ease in.
That was you're not gonna just drop that shit.
Yeah, but my
there's
past,
gonna be explanation.
My past, what I do is I turn it into a lesson. So there's some people who be like, I can't say anything because I did that at that age. I was like, but the way I think, it's like, yeah, I did this at that age, but I'm gonna let her know that it's not the right thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you gotta do as a parent, man. You gotta guide him,
right? Like, hey, look, baby, he's lying to you. He lying. Don't believe a word he's saying to you. He's lying. All right, guess what? Because I know he's lying because I said the same shit. All right,
I'm a little indifferent on that, right? As far as who I am then to now, I've been a few different people through my journey as a young adult, as a parent, and as who I am now. What I mean, even till recently, I've always felt that it was kind of detrimental to my kids how real or how honest I could say that my wife and I were to the kids. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a question they couldn't ask me that I wouldn't answer with complete honesty.
Yeah.
Right? Because even as a kid, I remembered I hate the feeling of getting bullshitted. Yeah. Especially when you kind of already have an idea of what the truth is.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess I didn't want the same thing for my kid. Right? I didn't want that.
Like a half-ass answer?
Not so much the half-assed answer, but a straight bullshit answer.
Like a lie?
Yeah, like a blatant lie. It's one thing to give a half, like, oh, what did you do? Stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, did you set the car on fire?
Can you elaborate?
You know what I'm saying, right? Like, that's a half-assed answer versus like saying, hey, did you do that? Like, no, I didn't because we were here. Like, no, you weren't, right? So not just myself, but my wife also. Like we've always tried to be as truthful and as honest to the kids to a certain point. And even if there was that certain point that we had to cross, there's always an explanation.
Right.
Not in the sense that you just, forego the explanation or a real explanation. It would be a real, actual, explanation.
Yeah. It's something that has to be well thought of because
Correct.
you can't just be like, yeah, I mean, the homies,
Just because.
we're banging these chicks. You know, we got these chicks with us, and then we started freaking smoking freaking weed. They were doing crack, and then we got caught.
Crack.
You know what I mean?
Damn, where are we going?
No, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you went to jail for.
You just can't be that
That's
extreme.
how I
You
met.
actually got to really think
no.
about what you're
Cocaine's
gonna
a hell of a
tell them,
drug.
Yeah, no, there's no getting like that real, right? Because one, you shouldn't.
No.
And then two, there's just, like I said, get to the point. This isn't to glamorize. This isn't to,
absolutely.
You just can't make your mistakes sound cool to them. You know what I mean?
part.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Like, that's not right.
Be honest, but be honest to a point to where it's a lesson.
Be on, yeah.
So there's not just a lesson, but there's a point.
Yeah.
The point is this.
Don't
just go on with the story for the sake of telling the story or telling the truth, right? There's got to be a point, always.
Always.
So with that being said, right, like how you said that, oh, well, I know this little motherfucker is going to say this shit to your ear, right? So I know that in my head. I know that in my heart. Someone's going to try to say the right things. What Nicole and I did was we empowered the shit. You guys hear this? The shit out of Caitlin and Casey.
Yeah.
I put her expectations so damn high of who is deserving of your attention, your love,
Your time.
everything, everything that there has been. I mean, my daughter's 17, and my daughter's a beautiful young lady, smart, athletic, the whole nine, funny, mid.
I was gonna jump in and say that.
I couldn't let it pass. But
I didn't say
I would be foolish to ever think that situation wasn't going to come up sooner or later, or even much sooner rather than later, right?
Right.
And as afraid, and yes, I mean afraid, as Caitlin is of me and like the thought of even her bringing a guy over, like I'm sure
fuck his ass up.
I'm sure.
I don't think anyone
sure
has
his
the
ass
balls
up.
to
Be like,
come
"Holy-"
up to your girl yet. That's how confident that you've empowered her. I don't think any dude has the balls to do it right now.
I don't think anyone has the balls to do it, period. I think Caitlin is absolutely incredible and far beyond what I think I've taught this little one.
I'm so proud of her quips. I'm so proud of her.
What Nicole and I have instilled in her. Yeah. And not just princess shit either, right? Like, I'm not just like, oh, you're, like the spoiled little queen. No, like real stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I want her to understand how loving she is, how caring she is, and that no one should ever get that unless you feel that they will give you that back.
Keep that same energy.
Just teaching them how to have a better judge and character.
Yes.
She's so well behaved.
So
it's crazy.
we gotta just teach them that, like, just because people are nice to you doesn't mean they're amazing people. You know what I mean? You gotta.
They're not always about those nice things that they talk about.
And that's the stuff you
get
gotta
to
teach
know
them.
first. You know what I mean? And don't just start being too comfortable. And
She's intellectually aware
of
the people, the energy that she gives. She's intellectually aware of who brings that back.
Far beyond me when I was that age.
Oh yeah.
But you're a boy though. Things are a little bit different.
Oh yeah, we're dickheads.
Yeah, you're thinking about something different, than women are thinking about. They're thinking about
too.
family.
She has a good group of friends. I just let her like, hey Dad, I'm gonna go to Alex's house. Okay, I'll drop you off. You want to sleep over? Go ahead. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's a little different. Like with dudes, like
Well, no. She's like Alex is a girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
So yeah.
Thank you for elaborating.
Well, thank you for that.
Joe was like, ain't nobody sleeping over.
I know I left that one out. Like,
No, but what I mean is your daughter's intellectually aware. Like she knows to invest in people that give that same energy. With us, like me when I was younger, you're ride or die for your friends, and even if they were shitty friends, like it's like why am I still ride or die for you? Like
I was
that
a
was a
fucking
lesson.
idiot at her age.
Yeah,
let's just put that out there and let that throw that and let's see that stick.
Idiot.
that's another episode.
Idiot is an understatement.
Not just wild and looking to wild out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For no reason. For no goddamn reason.
No fucking reason.
Just,
right?
And then, yeah, for no point.
And that's kind of the I guess you could say the father's awareness of what your responsibilities are to your kid, right? You can't just always buy them stuff, and you can't always just be the dad who always says no. The explanations, the time to sit there and explain life, what it kind of does, what it has to offer, right?
Why it's this way.
You know what I'm saying? Well, not just why it's this way, because that's a really hard explanation too.
No, I mean like when I mean why, like you explaining. Because we didn't get explanations growing up.
No, there was no explanation.
There was no.
It
It
was
was
being told.
Just do it.
That was.
Wait, how? Show me again.
It was like you fucked up.
Stop hitting the mic.
Sorry.
I can hear that shit all the way.
Sorry.
But yeah, I
But
mean,
that's what I meant by the explanation.
No,
we,
yeah, you're
we didn't
correct.
didn't get explanations growing up.
No.
It was.
And I think
fuck around and find out.
And I think a lot of the reasons why we are the way we are is because of that, right? Right? Because there was never an it was kind of like trial by fire, right? So and again, the responsibility comes down to not wanting them to go through the same, hardships, heartaches, headaches, whatever you want to call it, that we went through, and not just in a sense of like what you want for your kid, you want better for your kid. It's not just always about buying better stuff and having a better home and all that stuff. It's about also having them like kind of feel that, that little bit of independence that we didn't get, right? Yeah. Like that little bit more of empathy that we didn't get or that we weren't shown.
You know what? I find that to be my downfall, low key, because, like I said, because me and my daughter's mom are together, so I find myself spending money to compensate for the time that I'm not there, and that shit sucks. So sometimes I have to be that dad, like even though I know. So now my daughter's at the point where she expects to automatically when she's with me, what are we gonna do today? Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna get? It's that kind of thing, as opposed to no, we're chilling today. You know what I mean? So and I feel kind of obligated to do those things, even though it's like I'm still a breadwinner. I still take a lot of the liability that financially that her mom
expects.
Not even expects, you know what I mean? I mean, it's the expectation of myself because I take pride and take care of my children, but it's more so that her mom just doesn't make as much money as I do. It is what it is, and so she needs my help. She requires my help, and she is deserving of my help because we have a child together. Right. So, so even outside of that, the money that I give, her mom and she's still me. I still utilize the time. Yeah. And I compensate with money and things sometimes. So that shit kind of sucks. Yeah. So don't compensate for time. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's okay to buy.
Oh no, you can't put a price on time, man. And you also have to you have to give an explanation to Eiley. I think Eiley's old enough, and I think
she understands.
I was gonna say,
but I find myself just doing it. Like, oh, you know what?
And the fact that you said like I don't know. I feel like you're saying it like there's no turning back.
Well, no, it's more so because I work a lot. You know what I mean? I work a whole bunch, considering I work so much, and I always have her whole life to make sure that she's provided and allowed a certain type of life. I've never had to tell my daughter no to anything she wanted to do, whether it was going somewhere or wanting a material thing or wanting to go to a certain camp or whatever she wanted.
You just provided,
right. And if I didn't have the money, I found a way to get the money, work harder, sell something, or figure out a way to get it for both of my children. So, but I think it's more so because a part of me kind of felt like this little guilt, especially when she was younger, because like I said, I grew up with both parents in the household. Yeah, and that was the biggest part with me and her mom splitting up, is the fact that even though at one point I felt like we maybe weren't happy, I feel like we drug it on for such a long time because I did not want to break up. One, I didn't want to be a statistic of typical black family with
You tried.
Right.
You tried.
Tried to figure it out, and it just didn't work. But
it happens.
it does happen. But you just still like I said, my parents are together.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't even worry about if it's like a typical black thing. Or
Don't make it. Yeah, don't make it a statistic. Don't think of it as a statistic.
You say
tried.
that, but it's always going to be in the back of your head as a black person. You know
No,
what I mean?
I didn't meet my dad till I was 12, man. Like,
I didn't have my
you know,
dad around
like-
either.
No, I
You
feel
know
it.
what I'm saying?
I feel it.
I get it, but it was just that if you keep dwelling, if you keep thinking about that, you're like challenging yourself about that.
Yeah.
But instead of challenging yourself on how to raise your kids, instead of like worrying about what's typical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
of
stopped
course.
giving a fuck about what's typical. I got to do what I got to do.
I'm there now,
You know,
but
yeah.
at first it was like,
Oh, no, I
I'm about
totally
to be
get
a
it,
statistic.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a
Maturity
baby
comes
mama,
into
not
play
a wife.
too. You know what I mean? Like I didn't feel like I was fully mature until I was like 40.
Yeah,
I still don't think I'm mature.
Yeah.
I don't-
Hell no,
like-
bro.
I still play with tiny trucks, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
I still fart on the blanket, throw my girl head on the blanket.
Oh, I do that all the time. Bro.
I am a Toys R Us kid for life.
He still collects Matchbox and fucking Hot Wheels.
I was like, they're Hot Wheels. Watch your mouth.
They're action figures, not dolls.
So, let me ask you guys this. Now that you have this responsibility, right? You had the news. You had you have this idea of what you have to do. What did you guys feel the moment you held your daughter?
Bro.
Best relief ever,
Man.
Yeah, I cried.
Beautiful.
I cried so hard, and I just like the.
But were you crying like, oh God,
No, not like that.
She's here.
Like I was trying to stop the tears from coming.
so fucked. Shit.
No, I was trying. No. It was more so like it was honestly. I felt I was scared because I had to take care of a baby. It wasn't even the fact that financially I had to take care of a baby. It was more so the fact that I had to keep her away from the world, and I wanted to keep her away from the world.
Protect them from
Exactly.
the world.
And it was like, and I knew I couldn't. There's no way that any father can ever
Yeah.
fully protect your children from anything. So that was the hardest part, man. Just thinking like, fuck, how am I going to keep her away from the shit that I had to go through?
Dude, yeah.
And
I feel that. Yeah.
that's what you felt, or that's what you were thinking.
That's what I felt like.
Well,
I'm talking about-
like
I'm-
I was
I'm
in
talking-
love. I was in love
Right.
with her so much that I felt that way. Like I've never loved something as much as that. So I'm like, but I've never wanted to feel. I never wanted to protect something as much.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
Well, that's like that just comes with like fatherhood, right? Where you're worried about protecting them from what you went through. But the thing is, once
You got to let them go through it, though.
no,
that's-
no, they're gonna
yeah.
go through it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, your lifestyle changes anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like,
you're having a
you know,
kid.
yeah.
You're,
Well,
you're
it
not
has
going to be.
to.
Yeah,
So they're gonna see different things. You know what I mean? Like what different from what you saw. You know what I mean, when you were a kid or experienced. You know what I mean? So it just all depends on what environment you put them through.
So how about your Eiley
Yeah.
when she came out?
Oh, bro.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel? Like when
I'm
you're-
holding my hero, bro. Like I couldn't wait, dude.
I
like,
really
such
love.
a-
I
I
really
love-
love
yeah.
that,
bro.
I really love
so
that.
precious.
I would pull
Like,
because I was a welder, right? When she was born.
Well then,
Yeah, welder. Yeah, I was a welder, right? So,
Well
I would pull like 14-hour shifts, dude. Like,
Oh, man.
you know, and then I'll come home and like her mom would just hand her to me. I'm like, hold on, let me shower. I don't mind. I would love to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I'll go shower. You know, I haven't even eaten dinner yet, dude. You know what I mean? So I'll just take her and I'll sit there and rock. For some reason, I would hum the Amazing Grace. I don't know the words, bro.
Goddamn slave.
Hey, I don't know why.
How
but it's crazy. Yeah, dude, I would sit there and hum it, dude, like for
you're so
2 months.
stupid, Joe.
So
Straight up,
So what you're
like-
saying is having a child turned you into Harriet Tubman.
pretty much. But I'm just telling you how I feel. So,
Wait in the watch.
He has a slow walk.
of a man.
Dragging his feet in the floor.
well.
We're totally ruining this man's explanation of what he
I'll
helped
still
daughter
be
for.
free one day.
I don't know why.
As the once great
For some
Timothy
reason-
Delegato once
For some
said.
reason, that's the song that would come into mind, right? Because I didn't know like a lot of lullabies and stuff,
my
so
God.
it's like for some reason it's just humming the Amazing Grace. It's just the thing to do.
I
right?
didn't realize how much ABC and Twinkle Twinkle was the same fucking lullaby. Like A B C D Twinkle Twinkle. It's the same. It's the same fucking song. Bro.
I was today years old when I heard.
Fucking remix.
Twinkle, twinkle.
It's the same song.
I'll tell you this much. Hey, it's a lot better to hum like Amazing Grace than Gangsta Paradise by Coolio.
You did not. No, you did not. Power in the money. Money in the power. Minute after minute. Hour after hour.
I will never have you three on this fucking podcast ever again. Bro, not together anyway.
Oh my God.
Imagine looking at your daughter's eyes talking about Gangsta's Paradise.
R.I.P. Coolio.
Shout outs to Coolio.
Oh, that shit's great. Someone should have thought now.
How about you, Joe? With Zoe?
When I held Zoe, I wanted to put her in a bubble because I felt like all this shit that we went through, you want to protect them from that. And then as time goes on, you have to let them go through that shit. As much as you want to protect them, they got to go through it because experience is the best fucking teacher. You know? They're going to go through heartbreak. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to fuck up. And we're there to pick them up. And as much as I want to fucking...
I mean, but you thought
know what I
that
mean?
like after you were holding her? Damn.
I was like,
deep.
fuck, like I don't want you to ever feel like now as she's like 5, I don't want her to feel like she doesn't have friends. Like that sucks. Yeah. But like I tell her like you got to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Zoe. What is your name? And that's how you make friends. You know, like, oh, I'm Malachi, but no, sorry, it's a fucking weird ass name.
So I was like, I don't remember Malachi at their school. They go to the same fucking
I know,
school.
but like you have to teach them how to socialize, and especially with fucking COVID, like I wanted to put her in school at 3, but COVID happened, so we were shut down for a fucking year. So we had her in the house, and all she knew was fucking Sesame Street and YouTube for a fucking almost a year. And so when we put her in school, I was like, this is a good thing. Like, we're finally putting her in school to socialize. And the first day, I was just like, she's crying. I was like, fuck. Like not fuck, like she's going to school. Like, fuck. Like,
I was like, here goes the empathy.
I'm going to cry. Like, 'cause she feels like we're abandoning her. And like, that's not the case. It's like, you have to go through this new thing. You have to be uncomfortable. And you're going to learn and grow. And you're going to thank me later. And let's be real, my wife was going to drop her off at school because when she started crying, Dee started crying. You know, like, but
Shit, my daughter graduated 8th grade on Zoom.
Oh shit!
like
COVID babies.
like COVID, like it sucked, man. Like
Matt did too.
yeah, fuck. I was playing Call of Duty when he was in class, and I was at work because I was working from home.
I,
playing
I
Call
need,
of Duty.
I need to
She
call
ended
Duty.
up
I need
having
to
social
name, bro. We
anxiety.
can get on there.
Wait, we'll run it. But like when I had my daughter, I felt so scared because she's such a little thing and fragile. I want to drop her. When you hold her, like, like, I even have her first cry recorded still. On like, I recorded everything. Like,
It's his ringtone.
no, it's not my ringtone. But I recorded it because it's like these are one of these moments that like, yeah, it's you really can't explain it until you experience it yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's a selfless love that you have. Like you think you have it with your significant other. This is totally another fucking
Yeah,
different
nothing's
thing.
like it.
No, fuck
There's
that
nothing
bitch.
like it.
I'm just kidding, hon. I love you. You know, I had a
Shout out to Nicole. I love you.
you know, I had a very unique experience in which I got to basically have my first kid twice. Right? Because when Caitlin first came out, I was 23
You're a
years
fucking
old.
kid, dude.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're a fucking
So
child.
when I had Casey, I was 35 years old. You're talking about 12 years later.
Oh.
And you changed.
But you skipped Matt, so
you
it's okay.
you changed
Skip Matt.
so much. You know what I'm saying? Like you skip so, or you changed so much over the years. So when I first had Caitlin, right, like I funny story I'm going to tell you guys. I almost blacked out.
Oh shit.
Wait,
Oh,
when
yeah.
she was being delivered, or like,
I don't do blood.
oh, really?
Oh no, I am not that guy. Right? So we get to the hospital. We get to the hospital and we're in the delivery room and I'm like Nicole was like at a 45 degree or 90 degree angle, right? She was facing that way, I'm facing this way. And I don't see anything yet, right? And then the doctor comes in and they're like, oh, is she ready? Yeah, she's fully dilated. And it's like, oh, has the water burst? Right? And I'm just like, oh, it hasn't. It hasn't burst yet. So they're like, oh, we got to pop it.
Yeah.
He means broke. The water break.
Yeah.
The water broke.
She was ready. Wait, so she was dilated already, but the water didn't break?
water didn't break.
Okay. So they got to...
So they had to...
Yeah, they got...
I heard the...
Yeah.
And watched that. Oh, my God.
And then you passed out.
I went green.
Was it red?
No.
It
was... It could have been fucking rainbow.
It's fluorescent.
And I was so... Dude,
It's fluorescent.
I was
it's clear.
so...
Is it really?
Yeah.
I was so in shock. I almost fainted.
Shit, I got a YouTube.
And the nurse was like,
No way.
sit down.
Damn, dog.
Right? So I'm sitting there and I'm about to black out. And then from the time we walked into to the room to the time I had Caitlin in my hand, it was like 15 minutes.
Because she had two
That's-
others already, so they were...
Well, yeah. Well, she was already like ready to go when probably before we even got to the hospital. So when I first held Caitlin, I was just like, oh my God, I have a kid.
I'm wondering. So the whole.
I mean,
break,
you've had a kid, yeah, too, but you have another kid.
No,
No,
this is Caitlin.
this is Caitlin.
So
Okay,
did they?
sorry.
I know I'm not imagining it the right way. So did they like stick a needle and it just bursts or something?
I'm not sure exactly what it was.
If
that
the water
they-
doesn't burst and you're dilated, yeah. If they're ready
No,
to go...
he's talking about like what did they use? Like, was it a
Like,
fucking needle? No,
I don't know what they
couldn't.
use.
I couldn't tell you what it was.
I don't know what they use. I want to say like it's a
I gotta YouTube this.
clean metal rod.
Well, they're not
going
going to stick a fucking hanger in there.
It's got to be clean. It's
All
got
I
to be
remember
sterile.
is that a nurse kept coming in to check on her. Oh, head full of hair, you know what I mean? And then she'll do this,
And then walk
Yeah.
out.
stretch
They're-
them out. I'm like,
They're
ooh.
they're
Everybody
like
slow down.
digging.
But it's slow.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it. Like, oh, shit.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna
she was
pass
crazy.
out?
So, I mean, like, I held her, and I don't think I've ever been that like taken away.
Queasy.
Yeah.
No. I mean, by the time I held Caitlin, I was like, oh man, like I have a kid. Like I have a freaking daughter.
It's like
great.
pride, like
And
pride, but also like,
dude, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't put a finger on exactly what it was. It was. I just remember smiling. I just remember smiling and looking at Nicole and like thinking, we're not even supposed to have
Yeah.
this kid.
yeah.
You should have seen her. She was so elated. Like I've never.
And when
You're
they look,
talking
when
about
they,
you're
when they
talking
look at
about
you
a
too-
miracle baby,
Yeah.
like a literal miracle baby, right? So I was just like, oh my gosh,
Out of Pepe.
And then when they look at you, I'm just like, oh my God, like that stare, that first like glance. I was
Oh
like-
man.
I just saw my bank account just going.
Like, I don't know about that, but
and then I had a wonderful blessing of getting to do it again with Casey because, like I said, 12 years later,
I mean, you skip math.
it was well,
What do you have against Matt?
no, so nothing, Matthew, nothing at all. So
Shout out to Matt.
Matthew,
I love you, Matt.
Matthew was born 364 days after Caitlin was born.
Couldn't have a year. Good G, Matt.
Are they that close? I thought it was a few years.
No, they're
Caitlin
pretty
is
close.
June 5th. Matthew is June 4.
Oh, you didn't waste no time.
What?
No time. And that is exactly why we don't celebrate my birthday. I get a shirt and I get to sleep on the couch.
You fucked up.
Hey, knowing that, I'm going to make a bigger deal about your birthday. You deserve more, King. You deserve more, King.
You dropped
crown,
this
King.
thing.
Hot boy summer coming.
Wait,
Hot boy summer.
you're October 2nd, right?
12.
16.
Oh, 12? Oh, no, that's
sorry,
right. You're the
16.
same as my mom.
It's your mom, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, this year we going to Vegas again for your birthday?
You didn't go with us last time I invited you.
I'm just saying,
always
I
I haven't
Vegas
gotten an
for
invite
his
in a
birthday.
while.
Bro,
You-
I'm on daddy duty
I'm
typically
sorry.
when it's your birthday, but
I'm always in Vegas for your birthday. I even skip my
This year-
anniversary.
No one likes to show
on
off.
your birthday.
all right, this year,
I'm just saying, I skipped my anniversary for your birthday.
But this guy got to
So,
understand the
You
way.
at least took your wife with you, right?
Your wife also skipped your anniversary.
I know.
And the way he does his birthday though is
Shout
like.
out to the
We
I love
actually
you.
combine our anniversaries and our birthday.
So I just can't afford his birthdays. That's, hey, you trying to come out to
It's
come out
fight
to my
night.
birthday?
His
Yeah,
birthday's
what do
fight
you want to
night,
do for your
bro.
birthday? Nothing much. I just want to go to France. You know what I mean?
God
Don't worry.
damn.
I just want to go. I just want to go to the
No, I
Swiss
said
Alps.
I know. I wanted to stay at the Paris hotel, not France.
Right?
I want to go to Vegas.
Wanna
the
go to
little,
Paris.
the little
Vegas.
Paris.
We're gonna stay. They just have a penthouse. Don't worry, it's only $10,000 a night. How much do you need to bring? Just bring 4,700. You're good.
Never
I'll
won.
pay-
I don't think we've ever been that
Bring-
baller.
bring-
Guys,
4,700. I got the
I will
rest.
let you know right now that those words never came out of my mouth.
We've never
Please
been
like,
that baller.
subscribe,
He said-
and share.
He said bring 4,700 per night. What? That's just the room coverage.
Awful.
So yeah. Anyway, so back to it. Casey was, when she came out, that was also a really difficult time for me. I mean, when she first came out, like it was like, yes, we have this beautiful little baby again, but that was also literally the same day my Tita Lelet passed.
Yeah.
When your daughter was born?
Yeah.
What? Wow, that's crazy.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace, my Tita Lelet. And I just sent out a text this morning. Hey guys, meet your new niece. And then my dad texted me like 7 seconds later. He was like, "Hey, your Tita Lelet just passed." And I was like,
That's,
"Thank you for being
yeah.
7 seconds too fucking late." And me sending out this text, and I felt it was really conflicting. I had this beautiful child in front of me, and I'm supposed to be so thrilled, but at the same time, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah.
Not, for my uncle, for my cousins, and because of my aunt. So I really, I remember this day. It was raining, and I couldn't. I don't think I actually held Casey like until like almost the end of the day.
Jeez.
I feel you on that because when I had my daughter, my niece passed away the same year from cancer, and she was 5 from neuroblastoma. So when I found out I
Rest
was
in peace,
having
Kara.
a girl,
Oh my gosh,
I love
Kara.
you, Kara. My niece had cancer. She fought for, I want to say, about a little over a year, and she passed right after her 5th birthday, a couple days after.
Yeah.
And could you imagine the toll my wife was going through with all the hormones and all that?
Oh, man.
Just trying to even process, right? Like you're having a kid, and at the same time,
We
you
just
don't
lost
know
our
how,
niece.
you don't know how to be happy.
That's like so much trauma all in one.
There's a lot.
All in one.
It was a lot. It was a lot. So when I found out I was having a girl, like, yeah, I was scared to like protect her from everything, but at the same time, like, I'm ready. I'm ready to take it on. And
And I think, I mean, honestly, do you think that you being the age that you were, like, did that contribute anything at all into, I guess you could say, the confidence maybe that you felt, or the readiness that you felt when
not so
Zoe
much
was
the
coming?
age. I think the age helped too, but also my real dad, like, not to throw any shade at him, just for him not being present showed me what not to be as a dad.
Exactly.
If that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Like,
you learned from like
I've learned
that
what
situation.
not to do, and to be present and to be there to be a good dad. And my stepdad like stepped up. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we butt heads, but he didn't have to take me in, and I didn't learn that till later. But my dad, like, some of you come from like both families, like present. Me, I didn't meet my dad till I was 12, and that carried on as I grew up, like a lot of anger. So
could you say in hindsight that it was kind of like a blessing in disguise for you, like as far as
the way, yeah, I could say that. I could say that now. Maybe when I was younger, like,
Yeah, I'm
no,
sure.
but
I'm sure.
But as now, like, yeah, absolutely, I could see it as a blessing, and it shows me what not to be and how to be. Being present, being there for the little recitals, having them wave, like, you can't put a price on that
No,
shit. Like,
that's such a wonderful
Those little
thing.
things are
Yeah.
most important.
Yeah.
like, they're gonna remember that shit. Like, hey, dad was right there in the front.
facts,
Dad
facts.
was yelling, a knock, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, so there was one
He said, "I knock."
No, he said more than that.
No, I
He
was-
said more
I
than
was
that.
screaming, like-
So we were going. Was it the girls' graduation from kindergarten? Yes.
Was it graduation?
Yes.
Well, we went to when I got in Progressive for Halloween.
No, it wasn't that one. It was definitely graduation.
Yeah.
This
Oh, yeah.
motherfucker, when everything was quiet, he goes, Anak, I'm so proud of you.
Oh man.
I almost fucking died. I almost
Dude,
died.
the school was
so
like,
proud of you.
the school was
parent
like,
looked-
who the fuck is this guy?
And what the fuck does a knock mean?
And what is a fraud?
Proud. I'm so proud of you.
Anak is like
Kid.
my child, my child.
But he said, dude, and it's funny because like only the Filipinos in the crowd turn around. I was like,
Hey, you know what's so funny?
So
Like,
good.
It's like Kong.
that you
Kong?
mentioned, like the different like the recitals and whatnot, bro. Like, so my daughter, she was in dance and whatnot, and you see all the kids going, bro. I'm knocked the hell out until her part comes on. Her part is only like 15 seconds, and I go right back to sleep. They don't let you leave. They piss me off. I never want to go to another one.
Dude, my last name is Villafuerte. V. When
Yeah,
she
Village of the
graduates, if they do it alphabetically, I'm there for the whole fucking thing, bro. Like, I get you.
Bro, I swear, they walking by you,
I-
tapping your shirt, like, wake up. The kids are performing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
It's not my kid. It's not my kid.
My kid isn't up yet.
Ryan's
Like, bitch, I was sleeping. Respect my slumber.
You don't know what I do. I do sales. I work every weekend.
Every weekend, every day, bitch. I just got off. You see this shirt? Fuck off, stupid.
You guys are awful.
Oh man.
But it's amazing how it could be. Like, there's, I mean, how many moments can you guys think of like that you want to pull your hair out just because of, you know, what these kids
gone.
do?
I do.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
like what grounds me is like, hey, they gotta go through it. And they gotta
You're
learn.
also new to this though.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you're-
I
dude,
think
Wait,
I'm the
how old
newest
is your
one.
baby? How old's your baby?
She's 5.
Yeah.
This is my first one.
Yeah.
First one at 5.
No, I'm
That's
saying
why.
like if like just wait till she turns 13.
Wait till she turns 10.
No, and I'm not
start-
saying
they start-
anything. I'm not even trying to
I already
insinuate
know how
a little bit that like Zoe's gonna be any kind of trouble, but
Oh, she is.
just at 13.
Do you know who her
oh my
parents are?
God.
Do you know who her parents are? You got me, you got D, who were both rebellious. You got 2 rebellious parents. She's gonna be rebellious, and I'm just like, you know what, dude? You could be rebellious, but just like as long as you're rebellious and responsible, like fucking just tell one of us,
Like,
and I'll
you
be
can-
cool with it.
All right,
you know?
like you can riot, but just don't steal anything.
Hey,
You can-
no wonder you made that
Like
face.
rebellion.
like,
Responsible.
like stealing is not like a big deal to me. Like it is a big deal, but it's like
no, I'm
not
saying,
a big deal.
I'm just saying, right? Like that's kind of like the
As
whole.
long as it's not grand theft. Keep it under 800, dear.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you steal clothes, like dude, I don't
you,
give a
you
fuck
like
if
you
steal
can hurt
clothes.
someone, just don't kill anyone.
Right. No wonder he made that face when I looked at him and I said, fuck these kids. He's like,
Yeah, I was like, well,
I
mine's
was like,
5.
like your kid's
I'm
5. You know, at that
shit.
point, they're still cute. When they turn like 10, you're like, man, fuck these kids.
Yeah.
Like, pay your own way into the movies.
Selfish assholes.
you got enough on your birthday.
Fuck your popcorn. You should have brought some
You
with
got enough for
What did you
like
learn?
fucking Chinese New Year.
Right.
You got enough money, like-
Speaking of Chinese New Year, God.
It's just called New Year's.
Not Chinese New Year, bro.
Fuck your meme.
God damn it.
I hate you. You're never coming back. I promise. So before this gets any further out
Before
of
we
the
get
fucking
banned from YouTube.
Hey, by the
Oh,
way,
yeah. Hey,
we
guys.
love all races, all
First
we love
episode
everybody.
canceled.
We love everybody. Thank you for joining us on our very last episode.
hit the band.
So again,
Oh man.
we're not here to prove anybody right or anybody wrong, but we just want to show you guys that, you know, everyone, that if whether you're in our situation or not, coming into the situation, coming out of a situation, that you guys are not by yourselves. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, hey, drop them all in the comments, and we'd love to chop it up with you guys. But
Hit the pan.
from the very first episode of Full Contact Podcast, my name is Norman,
My name is Ryan.
My name is Mike.
Joey.
and we are out of here, y'all.
Cheers.
Peace.
I love accents.
Shout out to X.
I love accents, stupid.
Let's drink the accent. Let's drink to some accent.
Some accents.
Cheers to accents from the